strong emotions, and I know that many of you have a strong desire to build healthier and happier communities. So one of the questions from the audience is, when it comes to social justice, activism, and advocacy, people who engage in the issues often talk about how they feel compelled to act, the idea that with knowledge and understanding comes responsibility. Many of you are thinking about what comes next. Where do we go from here?
Thank you.
Thanks, Brandon. How might you contribute to bringing these issues forward in our community?
You know, I think quite often we want to just go right to the issue. If somebody's hungry, we want to feed them. If somebody's got an addiction, we want to solve it. But if people don't have a home, how do you even begin?
You picked a good crew for the people that went through the thing. You know, we got food guy, we got journalists, we got police officer, we got the head of a social agency, head of a health district, journalists, people that have experience, right? I own a newspaper. We have opportunity. We control, the medium is the message, right? So we all are doers. We can spread message. And that's part of the battle. 90% of the battle is just communication, getting everyone on the same page, right? So the more awareness we bring to these things, instead of looking at poverty as a stigma or people that's someone else, you know, it's our friends, it's our relatives, it's our neighbors. And when we all work collectively like that, you know, where do we start? We started already, right? Where do we go? Well, I guess that's a process that we're going to be with a lot more vested interest now than I was, I'll tell you, 7 days ago.
I don't have any answers here, but I'll share with you a couple of my observations. I mean, here we have this beautiful little child and others in the audience, and I was profoundly struck by the participants who had family, children participating. And I mean, I have 2 boys, they're grown up and they're self-sufficient, and they never experienced what even these little guys did this week, much less what many people do every day. So, and I'm staring at some of these posters that, particularly the one with the little kid with the failing grade from school, and just how profound that is, that these kids don't even get a fighting start to begin with if they're starting in their very, very early days of school and not able to cope simply because they've got, you know, a hungry belly, probably haven't eaten any breakfast, much less maybe even, you know, anything the day before. So unless we can do something to pull children out of poverty, then we're not doing what we need to do as a community. The second thing that has really, really profoundly struck me is, I mean, the food bank and Friendship Inn are fabulous, but they're not the answer. The question is, how do we create a situation for people so they don't need that? And for many people, that means jobs. Meaningful jobs that give them dignity and enough resources that they can, in fact, pay for the roof over their house and the groceries that they need to buy. So I don't know the answers, but to me, you know, reaching out and finding some ways to support children in poverty in particular, and somehow to find some ways to get some sort of income for people who simply aren't going to make it through from one you know, social assistance check.